On this episode of the Pack Leader Show, Cassie and I take over and discuss what it's like to work with Steve, what it's like to be a woman in the company, and also our goals for the future. So we hope you enjoy.
What's going on, Pack? Cassie from Pack Leader Dogs here with the lovely Jamie Stouse.
Hi, everyone.
This is episode 6 of the Pack Leader Dog Show, and we are taking over. Steve is no longer involved right now. I don't know how he feels about it, but he doesn't really have a choice. So we are going to talk to you guys about some of our personal business adventures here with Pack Leader Dogs, as well as before, like how we got here and, you know, how we started working here in a place that I think we both have grown to love. So, Jamie, how did you find us?
How did I find Pack Leader Dogs? My sister, as you know, works for the company, and she came to me one day and asked me if I was interested in basically organizing her boss. And at the time, I didn't really know what that meant, to be honest. And at the time, I was working in a job that I really didn't like and was not fulfilled, you know, not fulfilling my life. And so I was like, I have nothing to lose, so let me just go in and see what it's about. And so we set up an interview. I think it was like for the next day. And
yeah, you came in pretty quick.
yeah, so I was like, whatever, I'll just try it. So I came in and met with you and Steve.
I remember when you first came in. You had
Do
your
you?
hair all done nice.
I was trying to make a good impression.
You did. You definitely did.
I really had no expectations.
What were your first thoughts about Steve? I was going to say us, but...
About Steve? Well, I kind of knew a little bit about him just because my sister, I guess, I don't want to say warned me, but
She warned you.
she, I guess, briefed me on Steve and the company. So I wasn't going in completely blind.
You kind of knew what you were in for.
Yeah. But, I mean, Steve, I thought you guys were great. I thought you were really down-to-earth, normal people. Little did I know that I was wrong. But
Well, we're not normal.
no, you're normal for the most part.
Any questions? Are you going to start asking?
You want me to start asking questions?
I mean, I could just say, or you ask me how I got here or something, right? You're
Either.
supposed to ask.
Yeah. So I can ask. So I think it would be really beneficial for everybody or the audiences to hear how you found Pack Leader Dogs. So we know we just found out from Jamie how she found, but how did you find us and where were you and what were you going through with your dog? You can share that story.
Okay. So it took me a while to find Pack Leader Dogs. I actually Googled a bunch of different varieties of words. I did dog training. I did, like, I can't even think of how many things I did. I did just for near me in Bergen County, in New Jersey, in the metropolitan area. And then I was like, okay, if I'm looking for someone who does similar, like, follows like a similar training as Caesar, like, what should I Google? So I actually Googled dog psychology centers in New Jersey, and Pack Leader Dogs actually came up, and I clicked on the website and I was reading everything, and I was like, okay, if anyone can, like, help train my dog, I think it's this guy. So in between trying to call him and email him, I was actually going to school for dog training myself, and the people who I was learning from, the mentors, actually said, like, my dog Jake doesn't really like other dogs and he should probably be the only dog in the home. So I was struggling where, like, no one on, like, who I was actually learning from wanted to help me. So that's why I actually started looking at other options. And then when I did find Pack Leader Dogs, I actually got on the phone with Steve after I don't know how many phone calls I tried.
Didn't you and your
he
mom
was very busy.
stalk him?
I wouldn't say I stalked him, but we
Your
did
mom?
know he was in Hoboken, so we did come to Hoboken, but my mom kept calling, I kept calling, and I was like, you know what, like, maybe it's just like, whatever, maybe I'm not supposed to use this person. But then he actually finally called me back, and I think we talked for like 30 minutes on the phone, and out of everything I explained to him about Jake, he said he should probably come for one of our camp programs, and he'll need a few weeks with us. So I actually was like, this is actually, like, it's good. Like, okay, Jake's actually going to get the help he needs. I was even contemplating in between the mentors that I was going to school with, them saying Jake is like, should only be the only dog in the home. He doesn't like other dogs, and struggling to find someone like a training company to actually work with Jake and I was like, maybe he should go live with someone else. Maybe he should be with someone who has, because I didn't have a backyard, like a nice backyard. Like he should like just like live on a farm and like hang out, because like he's not a high energy dog. He just likes to
Not
sleep.
at all.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe that would be better for him. Like I do love him so much, but it's not, I was seeing it like for his eyes. Like I'm like, that's not, like it's not fair to him to just like not walk him because he was horrendous on leash. He was trying to react to all these dogs, and just like go in the backyard like on leash because it wasn't fenced and just like hang out. I'm like, what kind of life is that for him? So I was like, I can give him a better life. I'll be selfless, not selfish. However you actually say it, and put my feelings aside that I want to just keep him for myself, and maybe he would be better fit for another family or somewhere else who they can like let him run around. Like I thought like happiness of the dog would just be like running in an open field, and that after learning everything I did from Pack Leader Dogs and Steve, that's not the only way a dog could or should live. So Steve took Jake for a few weeks, and throughout the program, I actually went in weekly to do training sessions. And, you know, obviously I enjoyed seeing my dog, but I enjoyed seeing him actually be comfortable around other dogs, that he's not this monster dog that can never be with other dogs. That's the only dog in the home, that he just doesn't like other dogs, is what the people at the training place that I went to for school said. So it did make me feel like happy, because when you only hear certain things from someone, like you start to believe it. Okay, maybe like my dog isn't good with other dogs. Maybe he is the only dog in the home, or maybe he can't be fixed. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say depressing, but it's like there's like no hope out there. And then after seeing it in person, that like seeing is different than like just hearing it. Like he would tell me, like Steve would tell me all the time, oh yeah, Jake's doing great today. He walked with all these dogs. I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's obviously great to hear, but when you actually see it, you're like, what the hell? Like he's actually like with a dog, not biting them. Like, yeah, so I'm like, okay, like Jake looks happy too. He like looked way different. He was like calmer on leash with me. He was like we see, dragging back and forth. I was his rag doll.
How did you initially feel about leaving him though, when you first dropped him off with Steve? Back when you had purple hair.
Oh my God.
Which no one knew about.
Bright purple, thanks to my best friend Casey, but that was good. How did I feel leaving Jake? Honestly, I was obviously sad because like I'm with him every day, but I knew it was going to be so good for him and for me not to, in my apartment building, look out my door, make sure there's no dogs coming, going through the elevator or the stairs. Like it's a big relief. Like to know, okay, for these X amount of weeks, I actually don't have to be so paranoid, so worried. Like I think a lot of clients and a lot of people, when they're with a dog that has issues like this or worse, you're like, I think you feel stuck. Mm-hmm. I think you're so stressed. So as much as it is hard to like leave your dog somewhere, I think I knew like this is exactly what he needed, because I was at like that low point. Like I was even thinking of like getting rid of him. I was like, this is perfect for him. This is what he needs. I know myself. I need a break. I need to like regroup, get myself together to be like a good like leader for him when he comes home. So it is hard to obviously leave your dog if you're with them, but knowing in the long term, it's like better for him if like you can set your feelings aside. That's what I did. And Jake is, I would say, a really well-behaved dog now. And he actually helps us train all the other dogs that we have that come in for our rehab program. So it's good. It's a good feeling.
He's still slightly obsessed with you, though.
He's...
But so is Steve, so that's okay.
Yeah. Steve thinks I tried to like stalk him and hunt him down. He wanted me to come up all the time. Oh, you want to see Jake? Oh, come in, do another session, do another one. Yeah, it's so true.
What was your first impression of Steve?
I wasn't even looking at him, no offense. I think I was more concerned with Jake, and I'm leaving him somewhere new, and I just met Steve, and like everything's just like more focused on Jake. No, I'm sorry, Steve, but it was more about Jake than you. My mom, actually, when we got into the car after, like, we did, like, I dropped him off to Steve, it's like, oh my God, did you see his calves? I'm like,
That's
no.
what she was focusing on? His
calves. He was wearing shorts in the middle of, like, late November. I'm like, no, I didn't see his calves. Like, just dropping my dog off. Like, I was 21, or like, so when you're like younger, it's like, this is like, not my child, but like, this is my best friend, like, and I'm leaving him. So no, I'm not looking at a guy's calves. Like, I don't know. But I thought he was a really nice guy.
What did you think of him after the program, when you picked Jake up?
No, I didn't pick Jake up.
Oh, he dropped him off?
He wanted to know where I lived.
Oh.
So he came to my apartment.
Smart.
And he came to my apartment and dropped Jake off.
You fell for that?
Then he forgot to give me his sweater or something, or his collar or leash. He had to bring it back. And then,
this was all planned out, you know.
I know. And then throughout, like when I took him home, I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, here, like you took my dog and fixed it, and it's all like done." But we get them obviously, or like Steve gets them to a really good spot, and it's the owner's responsibility after that to like keep maintaining like the same like structure, the same exercise, the leadership, everything like that. So I did have a little bit of a transition period where like I was putting Jake in his crate because he would sleep in my bed prior to the training, and he would go through my hamper when I left and get into certain items of mine that he shouldn't have, and swallowed some things, and then, yeah, threw them back up, and he was really obsessed. He would cry and whine, and putting him, like, in his crate at night to sleep, he didn't like it when he came back from Steve's. So I was like, do I really need to crate him? Because he was never a dog to, besides my clothes, he never, like, chewed on anything. So I was struggling a little, and I was like, I was texting Steve, I'm like, does he really need to be in the crate? Can he be out? He doesn't chew anything. The most he would probably do is sleep on the couch, which, it's okay, which it really wasn't, but we were texting back and forth, and Steve's like, just stick it out, like, he'll settle, like, he's just testing what he can to see, like, what you would put up with, what you give in to, right? And if I gave into that, I would probably give into something else. And then like we would be back to square one. So I think it was great. Like when Steve was like, just do it and stick it out. And I was like, I put in the work. I paid a lot of money. This is what the guy is saying. So I really should like stick it out and see. And he loves his crate now. Like he'll go in and like go in a little ball. But, after that, I think Steve checked in and was like, how are things going? I was like, oh, good. He's like, we should go out for drinks because, like, things were going so well. I was like, okay, sure. And he thinks I was, like, dying for that text. But I was like, if I need more help, I can't say no to the trainer now. Maybe he won't answer me later. I need to keep him. So we went out for drinks. I think we got kicked out of the bar. It was, like, 4 a.m., we, just stayed the whole night talking about, I think, everything like I learned in school, everything he's doing. And I don't know, I think we just hit it off, is that what you say?
This is back when Steve used to drink and was fun.
Yes. He chooses when to be fun and when to be serious. But yeah, I think it was like a long process, but it was good. And obviously I met Steve out of the whole thing, so.
That was the best part of the deal, huh?
That was, well, yeah. No, it was. I was not expecting it. I was younger. I was like, when you're younger, just like turn 21, go out, drink. I'm not going to have like a boyfriend, stuff like that. So I think he wasn't looking for anything either. And I think that's why like he wasn't looking for anything serious. I wasn't. It kind of just like worked. And everything fell into place. And then I moved in and took over Pack Leader Dogs.
5 years later.
And now it's Cassie Leader Dogs. So everyone, you start seeing CLD, that's me. And I'll add Jamie to it. But
eventually.
Yeah. We'll take over the whole thing. Don't worry. We'll just
pretty much
face.
Do everything now anyway, so. So what other questions do you have for us?
Help us out here a little.
Well, I would definitely ask Jamie, what do you think about Cassie saying that it's Cassie Leader Dogs, CLD?
I love it.
We should have changed the name last year.
Yeah. Cassie and I are always on the same page.
We are. I think that's what really helps too, especially because we're together literally 12 hours.
Probably more
A day, every day of the week. I think if we didn't get along, shit would be really bad. Not that I'm surprised we get along, because I think we're both like nice people. I don't know what other people have to say about us, but
yeah.
I think it would make it a lot harder if like we didn't have like kind of the same personality or like the same thoughts and stuff. I think it's super helpful that we're both like the same.
Of course.
Or I'd want to kill you.
Sometimes I want to kill you, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
You just punch me in the stomach instead. Sometimes we want to kill Steve, but...
Yeah, and we have to take it out on each other.
Yes. And we get hangry a lot, but... I think we're okay right now. We just ate before this, so I think we should be good. Yeah.
I would also ask...
I'm fidgeting a lot.
Huh?
I'm fidgeting a lot. My armpits are sweating.
It's good. This is good. You guys are killing it right now. I like being behind the scenes.
Paper towels
under
awesome. Here.
We're going to do this more often.
Great.
That's it. What do you guys think about all this? Having Cassie and Jamie take over the Pack Leader show and having me in the background. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying this. This is good.
Are you? I thought this would be really hard for you.
It is. It was hard in the beginning to not, but here I go again, and now I'm talking too much. So I'm going back to the questions. We're going back to you guys. Someone here says, Cassie, what is the most you enjoy with the dogs? What is it? Well, so Cassie, what is the most you enjoy with the dogs?
Oh, I honestly think the most enjoyable part of this whole process with more so our rehab program, when the dogs come in and they're so out of balance, and you see it in their eyes, you see it in their movements, their face, everything. And then towards the end, there's like, it's so crazy to think that at the end, when we get this dog to like a really balanced, calm, happy state of mind, that they were a completely different dog when they got dropped off. So it's actually me knowing, because I was part of the process, like I did it with Jake, but then, and I know how I felt like as like a client myself, but seeing the other clients and seeing them like how they know their dog like from the beginning, and then they get this dog back and they're so happy and they're so grateful, and the dogs, like I think you could see it in the dogs too, like they're so grateful, like they look at you like, I needed this, like thank you, like, you know what I mean? I think that's what I would say is, what was the question?
What do you enjoy?
Like the most enjoyable part. I'm sorry. I'll get the hang of this, guys, I promise.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most enjoyable part. Seeing the... Thank you. I'm trying for you. That, yeah, seeing the end product and all the hard work we put in, the owners put in, and the dog did.
What about you, Jamie? What do you like?
About working with the dogs or
Besides
working for
Cassie?
the company?
In general.
In general, I just love the mission here at Pack Leader Dogs. You know, helping to change the world and how people view dogs, and I think it's just a great mission. And like Cassie was saying, we get so many dogs and transform them that it's a really rewarding feeling. And I think even you know, dealing with the clients too, they come in and they're basically I would say most of our clients are just like, it's like the last straw for them. They have no other options. They don't know what else to do.
There hasn't been any other help, and a lot of them have used other trainers, and they've gone through the whole thing. It's like I said, like I felt like helpless until, you know, you find Steve and he can show you what he can do with the dogs. I mean, you guys see it on our Instagram, social media all the time. But then when it actually happens to you, I think they're so appreciative. And then we see how appreciative they are, and we're so like grateful that we were able to do that for them and help them out. So I think we're slowly starting to change the way people view dogs, and we just want to be able to reach everyone in the world, and it'll take some time, but yeah,
and dogs.
I think people are getting it.
What is it like being a woman working for the company?
What? The whole company is women.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
What's it like being a woman working for the company? Well, I maybe should give this question to you because this is actually my first. I would say this is like my first real job. I did work like front desk at a gym before, but this is like my first job in a company, so I don't really
I
don't. Do you?
I mean, it feels good to be in a company that is mainly filled with women. I mean, most of our clients are women, so I think it's a little easier for them to be able to relate to us. Because Steve comes in and has such a strong, what would you call it? Like strong
outgoing
presence.
Energy, yeah.
Yeah, and his energy. So he can definitely be intimidating at times. And I think it takes several women to kind of control him. But I really enjoy it. I love working here. There's not one day that goes by that I dread coming to work. Like, I never, ever have that feeling. And so many of my friends say that too. They're like, they're dreading their jobs. I'm like, I never feel like that. Like, when I go to work, it's enjoyable. Like, I look forward to it when I wake up. And they're like, oh my God, I wish I had that feeling.
Yeah. I think because it's not so much, I mean, it is a job at the end of the day, but it's not so much like show up, do this work, here's your lunch break, do some more work, go home. And then it's like the same, like Groundhog Day. So same thing over and over again. There's nothing different. Like, we get new dogs in every day. We see, all the employees throughout the day. Things come up, things happen. New people are coming in. It's similar, but also totally different every single day. And it keeps us on our toes. And we're more of, I would say like a family. We try to like be a pack, support each other, have fun with each other. It's not just so like cut and dry, just like, here's your job, it's business, and that's it. Like, nothing personal in between. I think we do talk about like a lot of personal stuff. We joke around, we have fun with each other. We all love what we're doing, and we all, love working with the dogs and supporting the company and the whole mission behind it. So
I think it's a good balance here. Well,
Steve is like, I think Steve's a good balance compared to how many women here? 7, 8 or something? I don't know how you feel, Steve, but you and Jay, you can hold down the fort for yourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it is good because we can relate to majority of the clients in like on the same level as them, because I feel like, we have the more like sensitive, not that you're not sensitive all the time, Steve, but the more, it's just,
it doesn't really show that side.
What would you think? I think a lot of people would like to know, like, what I'm like, not on social media, not on Facebook, not on Instagram, all that stuff. Like, what am I like in everyday life?
I would say the same.
The same.
Yeah. I don't think you're that. You don't
really change.
I think you joke more when you're not on camera. Right? He definitely jokes more not on camera.
Yeah.
I think you're doing all these videos and the content and social media because you want to provide everyone with like the information, show everyone, what we're doing. I think you're a very kind-hearted person. You want to give back. You do have a very big heart. You do. Sometimes to your fault, right?
It's a strength and a weakness of yours sometimes. Sometimes I think.
But you really care about the people here. You really care about the clients. You care about, I think, everyone. And, you're providing all this content for them. You're answering their questions. You're helping them out. I think you're
passionate
you're
about what you do.
And you're funny. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
Sometimes?
No, a lot of times. You're a normal guy. That's it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You don't think so?
You have an absurd amount of energy.
You do have a lot of energy. But normal guy meaning good. Like, people are like, oh, all these people on TV and stuff, like, what are they like? Like, you're like, you're nothing I don't want to, like, how do you say it? Like, you're nothing. Not that you're nothing
No,
special.
but you're exactly who
but
you are on camera.
Yeah, you're
and
not.
off camera.
You're
the
not
same
two different
person.
people. That's why I was saying you're like a normal guy. You're just
You're
like
not
everyone
fake.
else. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I used the wrong word, but
I think we're boosting his ego a little too much.
Yeah, keep
We-
it going.
we
I
should
take it
stop.
back down.
What's your next step in the company, Cass? What do you want to do next?
What do I want to do next in the company? I've talked about it a little bit with Steve and Jamie, maybe doing something inside of Pack Leader Dogs, but also like my own thing, kind of posting, dog tips as well as fitness stuff and health and, supporting like our clients. I know they're mainly women, but I want to support the guys too. I won't hate on them.
But it's more from a woman's perspective.
Yeah. And I have insecurities too, just like everyone else, as much as I don't want to say it. But I think, even getting into the gym, and that was like really hard. I know we dabbled on that a little bit in one of the other episodes. So kind of just putting myself out there more for you guys to see. I know Steve is doing it. So I want you guys to know more of me and see, what I do throughout the day and, working out. I mean, I go to like Jamie and I go to the gym together. Just, I don't know, more me, if you guys want to see it. I don't know. More me and Jamie, what we do throughout the day, the fitness side, working with the dogs, and just seeing how it goes, I guess. Right?
One day at a time.
Yeah, I have to start it. I'm going to start it for you guys. Let me know if you like it, but...
Why don't you talk about what has prevented you from starting it?
Oh, I said my insecurities. I'm nervous as hell.
About what, though?
I don't know if people are going to like it. Or
You're
if they
nervous
want
to
to
do
follow
this?
me. Oh, I was so nervous to do this. I'm like,
Me
what do
too.
I say? How many times should I say it until I get it?
How
How's
you
it
feel
going?
now?
Yeah.
I feel like I need a drink. I'm still
In
nervous.
celebration or nervous?
But I was told I'm not allowed to right now. So I just have water in my cup.
We were told
But-
we have to wait till after.
I'm nervous. I think I feel like a lot of people in this world, like if you're going to be like on camera doing something, taking pictures, like telling people, like you're giving people information, you should really know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or you should be good at what you're doing if you're going to put it out there. And I've never done it before, so I'm like, I'm probably going to suck, or I don't know what the hell to say to people.
So you're lacking confidence.
Yes, a little. But I'm working on it, and I'm trying to put myself out there more. I'm going to try to do more things that make me nervous, as much as it is scary. Steve wants me to do jujitsu. I really don't want to, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try
might try
one
it?
class. And then we'll see how it goes.
Miss-
Because I would also love to kick Steve's ass. So I might do it just to do that.
Miss M. Hampton says, I'd follow you, with exclamation points.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, what would people like to see from me also? Like as, like, I don't know, I'm not business, you wouldn't say a businesswoman, but like being with you, with the company, working with the dogs, or health, fitness. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think they want to see it all. Just show everything.
I will start posting, guys. And once I start posting, Steve is going to repost for me, right, Steve?
Yep.
Just to tell everyone I started it.
Shit.
I would probably love to
Sorry.
tell you guys I'll start next Monday, but Steve would probably say just start today. So I might surprise you all, and I might post something today. We'll see how it goes.
Jamie, what about you? What's next within the company for you?
For me,
She's leaving.
Yes, actually, you didn't know I'm giving my 2 weeks today. No, I'm just kidding.
Good, we were going to fire you anyway.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad it worked out then. For me, I don't really know where I see myself specifically. I just really want to work on just growing this business and being a part of the team. We're growing so fast, and we need a lot more help. But just basically organizing this company and the employees, I really enjoy it. So I want to keep doing that, like I said, and growing the business. I mean, the potential for this business is endless. I mean, we can do so many things, and with, you know, we have some exciting things coming up in the future that we're really excited about. So I don't know, I don't have anything specific, I would say, that I want to do as far as like if I wanted to get into training
build an
or
empire.
I just want to help
That's a thing.
grow this.
Building an empire.
I like that.
You're welcome.
What about you?
I didn't say thank you.
I take it back.
What about you sharing your journey on social media for people?
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I don't know if anyone would really want to see it.
I'll follow you. And you can follow me.
I'll have one follower. Oh, maybe two. Steve will follow me. Yeah.
Listen, I started with one follower.
Who was
All
that?
it
Your
takes.
dad?
That was Cassie.
Your
Years ago.
dad.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I mean, Cassie and I do a lot of things together. I don't know if people would like to see us
We are
together.
coming up with our own YouTube channel.
K9 Gunner Tactical says we will follow.
Yay, thank you.
Thanks,
for
guys.
the support.
K9 Connoisseur says end breed-specific legislation. Yes, we will.
All right.
We're gonna
Well,
say
we'll
goodbye
come
to-
out with really good things for you guys.
And we agree
Yeah.
with you, K9 Connoisseur. But say goodbye to Instagram.
Bye, Instagram.
We're going to say later, guys. See you guys soon.
Oh, he has to say the final goodbye.
Final goodbye.
Yeah, of course. Gotta get that last word
We talk
in.
about, though, doing like our own YouTube channel, like
Yeah,
Jamie,
doing things
the
together.
adventures of Jamie and Cassie, because I think everyone in the company has seen we just don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, I don't think you really can all the time.
Yeah.
We just mess. I was gonna say fuck. We just mess around all the time. Can you not say that on this channel?
You can say whatever you want.
Really?
It's Cassie Leader Dogs.
Exactly. Hello, where was I? Yeah, Jamie and I mess around a lot. I think it's fun to also show that side and that we're real people, and it's not just so like
It's not
focused
just
on
business.
business and work and like all of the little things that come up throughout the day that sometimes we want to just have a glass of wine. Yeah, I think we should show more of us and our fun side, and even with the dogs, like taking the funny pictures and you know, Steve's not so much of dressing up the dogs, but we like to dress up the dogs and
We love
celebrate
doing
their
that.
birthdays and do all the cheesy things. I think a lot of the clients want to do too, and a lot of people out there. So that, our fun side of the business, and then just in general, our crazy road trips that we go and get Steve's TVs and pick up all these things for you, Steven.
Yeah, a lot
So.
is for you, Steve. We do a
Every
lot.
time, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Or when I'm stretching and I need, you know, a little ledge or stand, and I say, Jamie, stand there, and I stretch my leg on top of her shoulder in the kitchen. So we'll show you our fun side, guys. I think people will like it. Do you?
Hopefully.
If
think
not,
so.
we'll do it, and we'll just watch it over and over again, and we'll laugh our asses off.
It's true. We do
So.
always have fun.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. You know, we're still practicing here. We're working
Yeah, it's
on
all-
it. Please give us your feedback. Don't be too mean,
Yeah.
but
Let us know what you think, your honest opinions.
honest,
but
but
not
not
too
too
mean.
honest. Yeah, not too mean. And hopefully we'll be back if Steve lets us. If not,
Yeah.
I might just have to, or we might just have to do our own again and not even tell him. But we'd love to hear what you guys thought of it, any questions, and we will see you in the next few shows. Bye.
Bye.